Jai Hind to all of you. This is Pooja Upadhyay from Shri Ram Public School. I welcome you all to Shri Ram Public School online classes. Today we are going to start the first chapter of history. So we are going to start with a new chapter, that is weaver, iron smelter and factory owner. In this chapter we are going to see the situation of the Indian industry, how the Indian industries gets affected. Okay. This chapter tells the story of the craft and industries of India during the British rule by focusing two industries. In this chapter we are going to study about the two industries, that is textile industry and iron steel industry. Both of these industries were crucial for the industrial revolution in the modern world. These two industries are very important for the development of the industries. Merchandise production of the cotton textile made the Britain the foremost industrial nation in the 19th century. And when its iron steel industry started growing from the 1850s, Britain came to know the workshop of the world. The industrialization of Britain had close connection with the conquest and colonization of India. Now in this chapter here we are going to study how the Britisher industrialization is directly connected the conquest and colonization of India. In these two terms, what the relation is there. You have seen the chapter 2 how the East India Company interest in trade lead to the occupation of territory and how the pattern of trade change over the decade. Means what are the way we were using for the trading activity, it was changed by the Britisher during this period. In the late 18th century, the company was buying the goods in India and exporting them to the England and Europe and making the profit through this sale. As the Britishers come to know that the Indian goods are having a lots of demand in the world market, while using the reputation of India, what they do, they purchase the goods from India and sell the same goods to the England and Europe while adding the profit margin. Okay, with the growth of the industrial production, British industrialists began to see India as a vast market for their industrial product, and over a time, manufactured goods from Britain began flooding India. How did this affect the Indian craft and industries? This is the question we will explore in this chapter now. How this dream of the England is going to be achieved, this we are going to study in this chapter. So let's start. Indian textile and the world market. What was the relation between these two? Let's see. Around 1750, before the British conquered Bengal, India was by far the world's largest producer of the cotton textile. And to call India as a Soni ki chidiya, this is also one of the reason. We are having the large market of the cotton textile in the world. Okay. Indian textile had long been renowned both for their fine quality and exquisite craftsmanship. They were extensively traded in the Southeast Asia, Java, Sumatra and Penang, and the West and Central Asia. This is the place where we are going to exporting the Indian textiles. The reason behind this, the Indian whatever the cotton textile they are making, that is made up of the handmade, means labor work के थ्रू वो बनवाते थे. It's totally handmade, तो वहाँ पे मशीनरी का यूज़ नहीं होता था. Purity in the production और जो quality of the goods यूज़ किया जाता था, that is also very pure, which was not available at that time in any other country. From 16th century, European trading company began buying Indian textile for sale in Europe. So what they do, European purchase the goods from India and sell into their own country. Memories of this flourishing trade and craftsmanship of Indian weaver is preserved in many words still current in English and other language. About this thing, it was written in the history how this Indian textile was famous in the European market. What was the reason behind that? All thing. Okay, it is interesting to trace the origin of such words and see what they tell us. Words tell us the histories. European traders first encountered the first cotton cloth from India, carried by the Arab merchant in the Mosul in present-day Iraq. From there, they got to know about the Indian textile. So they began referring to all finally woven textile as a muslin, the word that acquired wide currency. When the Portuguese first came to India in search of the spices, they landed in Calcutta and Kerala coast in southwest India. The cotton textile which they took back to Europe along with the spices came to be called कैलिको. वो आए थे मसाले लेने और लेकर क्या गए थे कपड़े, और इसकी वजह से उन्होंने इस यात्रा को, इस सर्च को नाम क्या दिया था, कैलिको, डिराइव फ्रॉम द कैलकत्ता. एंड सब्सिक्वेंटली कैलिको बिकम द जनरल नेम फॉर द कॉटन टेक्सटाइल. और उन्होंने इसको जनरली नाम दे दिया था कॉटन टेक्सटाइल को एज अ कैलिको. देयर आर मेनी अदर वर्ड्स विच पॉइंट टू the popularity of Indian textile in Western market. These are the different kind of the word which were used by the people at that time to show the reputation of the Indian textile in the world market. In figure 3, in your textbook, see the picture. In figure 3, this is the figure, okay? And you know what, student, this is the actually bill book. Okay, here they given the order which they have received about their textile, cotton textile. Can see the page of the order book. Order book means हम लोग जब किसी शॉप में ऑर्डर देते हैं ना क्वांटिटी ऑफ गुड्स का, सो वो जो लिखा जाता है कि इस डिज़ाइन के इतने ड्रेस, ये क्वांटिटी, ये आइटम इतनी क्वांटिटी, लाइक दैट. इट वाज अ ऑर्डर बुक. एंड यू नो व्हाट, the page order book that the English East India Company sent to its representative in Calcutta 1730. The order that year was rupees 5,89,000 piece of cloth. This is not the figure of amount, it's figure of number of cloth. They were demanded. Just think about this कि ये किस उस सेंचुरी में इतने हाई ऑर्डर मिले थे हमारे हिंदुस्तान को टेक्सटाइल्स के लिए. तो आप समझ ही गए होंगे कि रीज़न था एक्चुअल में क्या, जिसकी वजह से हम अपने इंडिया को सोने की चिड़िया बुलाया करते थे. Browsing through the order book, you would have seen a list of 98 varieties of the cotton and silk cloth. इसके अंदर 98 तरह के अलग अलग कॉटन टेक्सटाइल्स के बारे में ऑर्डर मिला था हमें. These were known by their common name in the European trade as a piece good, usually woven cloth piece that were 20 yard long and 1 yard wide. It was the size which we were measuring. Okay, see, this bill we got through the archaeologist, those who made the search. Otherwise we don't knowing to know, हमें तो ये पता ही नहीं होता. We're not going to know about this कि ऐसा कभी हुआ था. Thanks to archaeologist. Notice how each item in order book was carefully priced in London. This order had to be placed 2 years in advance because this was the time required to send order to India, get the specific cloth woven and shipped to the Britain. Once the cloth piece arrived in London, they were put up for auction and sell. This order for completing got the 2 year time because, as you know, in India the production was made with the handmade only. That's why. And then this item went to the London for the auction, means for the sale. Now look at the name of the different varieties of the cloth in the book. Now they are given the different name of the cotton textile which were used by those people. जैसे कि हमने पहले देखा 98 वैरायटी ऑफ कॉटन क्लोथ्स अवेलेबल थे, तो उनके नाम क्या थे देखें. Among the piece order in a bulk were printed cotton cloth called Cinza, Kosis and bandana. Do you know where the English term chinja come from? It is derived from the Hindi word chint, a cloth with a small and colorful florid design. From the 1680 century, this started craze for printed Indian cotton textile in England and Europe, mainly for their exquisite floral design, fine texture and relative cheapness. Rich people of the England, including the Queen herself, wore the cloth of Indian fabric. Similarly, the word bandana now refer to any brightly colored and printed scarf for the neck of the head, जिसको आज हम लोग scarf बुलाते, stole बोलते, like that. Originally, the term derived from the word बंधाना हिंदी फॉर टाइंग, बांधना जिसको कहते हैं, एंड रिफर टू द वेराइटी ऑफ द ब्राइटली कलर्ड क्लोथ प्रोड्यूस थ्रू द मेथड ऑफ टाइंग एंड डाइंग. ओके, देयर वेयर अदर क्लोथ in the order book that were noted by their place of the origin. Kasim Bazar, Patna, Kolkata, Orissa, Charpur. These are the different place from where we are going to get the different kind of the cotton textile. The widespread use of such words show how popular textile Indian had become in different part of the world. So this is show that in the world what was the reason behind famous of the Indian industry for the different kinds of the cloth. Okay, so now we stop here only. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the evening lecture. Till that, happy and stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind, take care, have a nice day.